The Los Angeles Coliseum, once home to the Olympic Games and many of the most memorable moments in sports, and also home to the USC Trojans, who are prepared to fight on once again today. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 3 team in the country, the Florida State Seminoles, taking on a fellow Big Ten foe, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. And the Trojans will kick it away to start. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So the Florida State Seminoles offense will take the first swing of the game. And here comes the quarterback. And one thing you know for sure with this team, as he goes, so goes the offense.
And he's a big-time talent, Reese. This guy can hurt you in a multitude of ways, throwing and running the football. He's going to have to be dialed in, though, because this defense is going to give him a lot of different looks. It's really important mentally this QB is on his game.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He'll pull it down and run. He's going to be able to pick up a few yards before the slide. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
From the gun, the running back has it. And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down.
It's just not easy to bring this guy down, is it? He is so dangerous once he gets the ball in his hands. And it makes me think back to old great Seminole running backs like Warwick Dunn, Travis Minor, a guy that I used to play against. How about Dalvin Cook even? Just guys that could make the first guy miss, and then they were able to just explode and burst and take it the distance. This guy right here, he is a unique talent.
A little release to the back. Excellent job working through the air there, finding a hole in that defense and picking up a first down. When Bobby Bowden built this program, high-flying offenses, great quarterback play, innovation, and that's what they hope they'll see on display today.
Yeah, and it was year after year, man. He found so many elite athletes, such good recruiting in the state of Florida, and when the Seminoles get those guys, man, those teams fly.
The margin for error is so small in this conference, it's really imperative to get off to a good start in Big Ten play.
Especially, Reese, since you're adding so much talent now to this conference. But yet, year in and year out, you know the mainstays in this conference, but there's always some surprises, and I'll be interested to see how everybody starts off this season. Listen, this is your first opportunity, Palmer, in conference play, in a major conference, obviously in the Big Ten, to make your first statement.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback.
When it's a play-action pass, that quarterback really has to sell the fake. He can't tell his offensive lineman's getting beat right away while he's selling the fake. He had no shot.
This crowd going to try to make life miserable for these guys. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. Whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And they bring him down, but did you see this freshman rifle that thing in there?
Wow, and that was just a bang-bang play. On that 4th down, the coverage was tight. QB had his receiver. He knew where he wanted to go with it, but the only way that ball gets completed is if he puts a little extra mustard on it, and he shows you the arm talent on the throw.
And the Seminoles with the 1st and 10. The give to the back. Across the 25, he's got room. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
You've got to be loving what you're seeing from your offense here on the opening drive of this game. They're in a really nice rhythm. They've got real good balance going on right now, and they've got the defense on their heels.
This crowd knows when to bring it. They'll throw it from the red zone. Quick strike complete. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, it's a nice job, too, of the quarterback after the play fake there, getting his eyes down the field. He had to get that to his tight end quickly, knowing he wasn't going to have a lot of space to run with after the catch.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Florida State.
And they just keep feeding it to their workhorse back to open this game. Great job in the open field. Vision he can make people miss. You saw all of that on display here in the opening drive.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. So the USC Trojans offense has the ball for the first time. And if these two guys wind up getting matched up, David, we'll see what wins, speed or force.
Yeah, and you love to be physical and set the tone, and this linebacker does that consistently. Now, Jesse, keeping up with the speed on the other side, that's a different animal.
Might be different, but we're going to see this receiver work underneath on some drag routes. You better be careful. You do not want to get caught in the wash against this linebacker.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
And that's just a flat misfire, not even close to his receiver. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
That's why it's so important for this defense to win 1st and 2nd down. You set up 3rd and longs like that. You can show your exotic looks. You can get the pass rush going. Everybody on the back end expecting throw. And that's how you force incompletions and force 4th downs.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Slips through the line. This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return. Gets a little bit of ground for the offense. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Offense gets set for 2nd down. Running back searching for a hole. And you can forget running in the middle against this defense.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys and staying in good gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Gets it out quickly. And the completion gives him a fresh set of downs and keeps this drive moving.
And the defense brought the blitz on 3rd down, trying to see if they could rattle the quarterback. But how about the poise? He knew where his answer was. He didn't panic or freak out. He just went through his progressions, picked up the first, and we got a fresh set of downs.
Caught behind the line. It's Brown. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, that's great execution between the QB and receiver. They look like they could execute that throw in their sleep. Quarterback took his steps, threw it on time. Great route by the receiver. Nice job securing the catch.
And the Noles are flying down the field. He'll pull it on the read. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch. As you saw in that last play, getting a 1st down.
He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
Hey, 5 to 6 yards a pop. I don't know if you guys are really good at math, but that usually equals a 1st down every couple carries. So don't forget about the run game. Keep them honest. Pound that rock.
They'll try to power it in. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Noles!
I love running backs that have a nose for the goal line. Understand how to get there, finish strong into the end zone, know I get 6, and then go celebrate with your boys.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Fresno State has the lead right now, but this Bulldog Stadium crowd is restless. They just haven't been able to separate themselves yet today. They're up by a field goal over the Royals. We'll circle back if anything big happens in this college football matchup.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Just gets rid of it before the heat. Hit hard just as he released it on 1st down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. After the incompletion, it's 2nd and 10 from their own 25. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. Let's go! From the gun, wants to pass. Got the back over the middle. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Running it back, it's Brown. He gets a block. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Jesse, a very productive drive last time wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
You know, sometimes even a short game like that can be used to set up something bigger later on.
No doubt, Reese, they can pump that and take a shot down the field. And don't worry, they're going to go back to that same play because they know this guy with the ball in his hands is dangerous. He makes one guy miss, he can take it to the house.
They go to the ground. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Hold it. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Now on second down. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll run play action. Steps away. Oh, he needs to get rid of it. He needs to do something, and he will go down. What a terrible play and a big loss. Let's see what call they have on third and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. He's going to let one fly down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down. The Seminoles will bring the punt team onto the field. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They'll wrap him up and bring him down, and that's how we'll wrap up the first quarter. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Now to see if they can answer this early blitz here in the second quarter. First down to start the drive after the break. Here's the handoff. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. It's amazing how play by a defensive end in the backfield can really swing the momentum not only of a series but of a game sometimes.
All you're trying to do is create negative plays, to get them behind the sticks a little bit, to get those sacks, to get those tackles for losses. You see so much stunting in college football up front with the defensive line because you know once you get one of those plays, you've got the offense right where you want it.
They've got some work to do on this third and long from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. Couldn't find a man and just had to throw it away to avoid a negative play. And the Trojans line up to punt it away.
On to punt it away.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. They wanted to set the tone, strike quickly. Jesse, they've done exactly that, up 2 touchdowns.
And this quarterback has been dialed in, too. He's been so good reading coverage, going to where the open guy is with the football. And they've been up and down the field, David, so far.
And this defense needs to make something happen right now. You've already given up a couple touchdowns. Your offense has got nothing going. Still early in the game. Get a stop. Create some momentum for your offense.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Might as well give it to him again. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. Quarterback checking the play. Motion trying to get the defense to show his hand. On second down, he'll fire. Quarterback now breaking the field. Got him downfield. That is exactly what you're looking for when you talk explosive plays. The defense finally able to make the stop. This guy hoping to join that long line of big playmakers for Florida State, whether it's Rashad Green, Kez McCorvey, or, of course, the great Peter Warrick.
Finding those guys on the outside with game-breaking speed that you can build your offense around, that you know you can consistently throw the football, get Doak Campbell Stadium rocking, get everybody excited about Florida State.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
They'll give it to the back. Jukes his way for more. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Handoff to the lone back. That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
You want to bring in your tight ends? You want to bring in more beef for that offensive line? I'm going to bring in more beef. Nice job by the defense understanding the situation. Red zone, field shrinks. I need more bigger personnel on the field, some big guys that can stop the run. Played the run well. Great job by the defense understanding the situation.
And here comes the offense on second down. They'll switch it up here and look to throw. He'll try to do it himself. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there.
Fantastic job there buying time and then using his speed to go get a huge chunk play. You saw on defense a lot of people in the back end with their heads turned around chasing receivers.
And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown Seminoles. No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. And he made that extra point, the wet turf, no problem at all. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. Coaches say, we can't play you if you don't do what you're coached to do. We also can't play you if you only do what you're coached to do. That was just a great instinctive play.
That's a lot of dudes, so I don't know what to do. What do you want me to do? All I know is that guy's fast and he continues to break tackles and make plays and scramble outside the pocket. He can do it all, so I don't know what to do.
This drive will open from the 15. Trying to find his man on first down. He's got his man. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage.
They're trying to throw the screen out to the receiver. The defense, though, having none of that. They are just too physical. They're too fast. They force a negative play.
Quick completion on the out route. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play.
Hey, guys, this running back's not just catching checkdowns or swing routes. You can get him vertically down the field and let him go to work, especially when you get man coverage. Take advantage.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a fourth down. The Trojans will line up to punt it away. He's got great speed. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gonna take a shot. He caught it. They'll get him stopped just short of the end zone, but they're in business here with a first down.
Well, I know that's not exactly how the offensive coordinator drew that one up, guys, but how about Johnny on the spot doing a great job concentrating? The ball gets deflected, but he's somehow able to reel that thing in, come up with a big play for his offense. They'll
go to the air. It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. 5 wide receivers on 2nd and goal. That's room for the quarterback to run and a lot of receivers for the defense to contend with. He's looking to throw. Flushed out of the pocket. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Now we're in 3rd and goal. You'd like to see this part of the field where you can exert some of that physicality, run the football. I know you're doing it. I know the field shrinks, but I'm going to be tougher than you, more physical than you, and I'm going to run the football down your throat.
Quarterback checking off. Needs to get it in the end zone on 3rd and goal. Takes a hit as he fires. Oh, and he just flat dropped it. You do not see this guy do that very often. It'll be 4th down. So they'll send out the field goal unit. And it's right down the boulevard. And that will extend their lead even further. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Boys, if it's happening in college football, we've got eyes on it. Check this out. Ohio is currently ahead in this one inside a jam-packed Peden Stadium, but the Bobcats have struggled to really pull away. They're up by 7 over ULM. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They just haven't been able to get anything going, and they better get started or it's going to get away from them, David.
Yeah, and these are the weeks that you really wish that you were playing a video game. And you could just reset the console, start over, Jesse, and make something better happen early.
They just look like they're sleepwalking in this first half, and it's not just one guy. They just haven't been playing collectively as a unit. And if I'm the head coach, I'm considering starting to give some other dudes some chances here.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. The freshman able to get home with the sack.
And how about the true freshman? We've heard about this guy. We heard he's got a chance to be really, really good. Talking with coaches this week, and he gets his first sack. Listen, guys, I'm a pass rusher. Everybody remembers their first sack.
They've already punted 4 times in this game, and they're about to run the guy out there for a 5th time if they don't pick up the first down here. Pulls it in. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. And the Trojans send out the punt unit. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And if a quarterback's going to have success in the run game, he's got to have guys helping him out, right? It's not just the offensive lineman. It's not just the running back doing a good job selling the run fake, but these receivers.
And the ball slipped out. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Fumbles are great when you force them, and you're always thinking about as a defensive player, man, when the weather conditions start to come down, it starts to rain, and you know that ball's a little bit slick, and you know more runs are coming. You really try to get to that football. Nice job getting the football out, falling on top of it, forcing the turnover.
We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. On 2nd down, wants to throw it. Gonna let it fly. And that's gonna fall to the ground, incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming.
You know, it's difficult for QBs sometimes when you're throwing to your running backs because they're not receivers. You really got to be perfect with the ball placement. You got to make that a catchable throw. A little bit too tough for the RB on that one.
under heat, and he gets rid of it. Another incompletion on third down. Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. This is going to have to be unleashed from 54 yards out. Right down the boulevard, it's good.
How nice is it as a head coach to have a kicker like this? It makes these decisions on fourth down so much easier. Just strut him out there and let him stroke it through the uprights.
On the run from inside his own 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. And the fumble on that last drive could have been much worse, David.
They bailed him out. They held him to a field goal, so that's the good news. Now this offense has to get it going. Forget about the fumble, Jesse. Move on. Be positive.
And they're upset with themselves, too. They're an offense that pride themselves on ball security. Let's see what they do right here.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, 1st and 10. To the ground, he's got it again. Still on his feet at the 45. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line.
Man, sometimes it just gets frustrating, and you've just been beat down all day. This defense hasn't had answers, but now you can't let them run the football and just run it down your throat and be physical. This defense has to do something different and find a way to make something happen.
They've come out with answers on this possession, and now another first down. They'll go to the ground. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
No doubt, offense wants to keep running the football to win this game, but I'm wondering if they're starting to go to the well too often. They got to start showing some new wrinkles here inside.
On second down, looking to throw. Grabbed in the middle, it's Johnson. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. Shotgun snap, wants to throw it on 3rd. Feeling some heat. He makes the connection. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on 3rd and short.
Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Florida State.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was, we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. We're taking shots. We need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
And I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not. So being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
This late in the half, here's the question. How aggressive will the play calling be? The give from the gun. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, there in the shadows of the Hollywood sign, you've been watching quite a drama of your own. Talk about a first half from that dude out of the backfield. He's been a total game changer. And how many top plays moments have we seen on missed tackles alone? Video game moves from one of the shiftiest players in all of college football. And with that, let's send it back to our men inside the world-famous LA Coliseum.
Seminoles will kick it off to start the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Huge deficit to start this third quarter. They just need to find something to build a little confidence.
Yeah, it hasn't gone well. When you're trailing by this much, this first drive, man, does everything matter and hinge on this? Because every possession in the second half is going to be critical.
Yeah, and I think if you're on offense, why hold back? What are you worried about? Nothing went well in the first half for you, and at this point, trailing by as much as you are, throw caution to the wind, be aggressive, and let's just see what happens.
Wide receiver coming across in motion. Out of the gun, the inside give. Not a lot of room. It found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance last time, David.
And Reese, they don't know if it's run or if it's pass. They got them right where they want it. This defense doesn't know how to react from getting punched in the mouth on that last drive.
So in this next drive, David, I think you keep running the football because that sets up the play action, it sets up the RPO game, and then you keep this defense guessing.
Got 3 on first down and 2nd and 7. He's looking to throw. Snags it over the middle. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable third down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
Finds his tight end. And he's able to shed 1 tackle and pick up pretty good yardage.
It's a really nice job in coverage defensively there because that tight end, he wasn't really even open. Quarterback just still tried to put it on him and give him an opportunity, but great tackle, short of the stick, setting up 4th down.
The offense stays on the field. Maybe they'll try to make the defense jump. They also might try to run it ahead for 1 yard. And they'll spot it at the 38, and that'll be plenty for the first down.
I think a lot of people in the stadium are questioning why are they going for it on 4th and 1 in their own end of the field at this point of the game, but the gamble paid off.
The Noles will have it 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And they'll wrestle him to the ground after a short gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. The handoff as they run the counter play here. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
Well, this offense came into the game knowing they wanted to be physical. They wanted to establish the line of scrimmage, and they're running downhill right at this defense. They're churning out positive yardage early.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Yeah, and listen, the offense has had their way, and they've had so much success and so much production. But listen, at least the defense got a rep. You know, maybe this gets you a spark. Maybe this gets you some energy. Maybe we'll see a little bit more life from this defense.
Yeah, they may not win the game, but I think this defense...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he's got it inside the 15-yard line. Touchdown, Noles! And the route is on.
This offense looked unstoppable in the first half, lighting up the scoreboard, and it doesn't look much different here in the second half. They take their first drive of the third quarter, march it down the field and score. There is no end in sight for these guys.
Out of the end zone. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
The officials off. Coach accepts it, they will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on first down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Got it in the middle, it's Barco. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that. Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Takes the handoff. It's Gilmore. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. It'll be interesting to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And he needed a little bit wider field as that one falls out of bounds. The Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt.
Number 10, on to kick it away.
And the punt hits at the 8 and goes into the end zone for the touchback. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these stupid commentators like me and Jesse talking about create balance, you know, run and pass. No, when you throw that good, spin the ball around.
So the defense has to find a way to affect the quarterback on this drive because...
And it's intercepted. A turnover for the defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, we know these are slick conditions today in this game. Wide receiver just didn't seem to really get a good grasp on the ball when it hit his hands. Didn't stick right away. There was a bit of a bobble, and because of it, the defense able to come away with the pick.
Give to the single back. And he finds some solid space, makes a nice game before the defense is able to stop him.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Off play action. Throws for the tight end. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
The big tight end tries to make a catch, and you can tell he extends for the ball, but great job by the defender getting in there, making the hit, dislodging the football out at the same time as he's going to catch it, and the big tight end couldn't hold on to it.
They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. Quick release by the QB. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. Okay, ready? Here on 3rd down. Here we go. From the gun, wants to pass. Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49. And the Trojans will punt this one away. 3 and out, they got stuck in reverse. They hope the punt can bail them out. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lateral.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Fires to the big fella. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
And that's why QBs love their tight ends so much, right? Especially when they're athletic, because they make short throws turn into long gains. Because of his ability after the catch, it's so unique and special. He is dominant in this offense.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box, more guys to the run. Then you open it up for the passing game.
They'll run it from the gun. And the defense stops it just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. Short now from their own 48. Here we go. They'll try to move the chains on the ground. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44.
Well, as a defense, you know this is going to be a challenge every time you face this offense. They're one of the 25 best in the nation at getting first downs because they can pick them up in a variety of ways, including running the football. You have got to be physical when facing off against this offense.
That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be... Just a few breaths away from the first down. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. Looking to pass on 2nd down. It's complete on the right side. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
They're going to run it. And the ball's free in the backfield. Scoops it up, still a live ball.
Well, the offense is able to avoid disaster right there. Problem is they fumbled it, but thankfully they were able to jump back on.
And it looks as if they buzzed down. Replay wants to have another peek at that last play. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12. Fires to the wideout. He's got it. And he'll be forced out of bounds, but not before yet another big play in this passing attack. The Seminoles trying to pay off the threat on 1st and goal. And it's picked off right at the goal line. And the offense makes the tackle in frustration after the interception. Drive comes up empty, and it's a turnover.
Man, what a great break on the football. Nice job seeing it, squeezing. A lot of those defensive guys, man, they don't have great hands all the time, but you always remember your first interception. He'll always remember this moment.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
Running with power.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams that are really good are really stubborn, and they continue to run the football even with little success. So this offense is going to continue to focus on running the football, you can tell.
Give to the back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The Trojans will punt it away on 4th down.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And the Florida State offense will take over. 1st and 10.
So first play of the drive coming here from their own 49. Leaves it with the running back. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made. That's the end of the quarter, and Florida State has the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. Will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. He's looking to throw. Caught in the backfield, it's Washington. The Seminoles will keep this drive going. They're lining up on 1st and 10 from the 38.
29 Philly. 2-9 Philly.
He's looking to throw it. Trying to escape and get it himself. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hit. Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. Got his man. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain.
And that's why this running back's a big weapon here, right? Because not only can he run the ball, but he can catch it too. Even running flat routes when you know the ball's going to be in the air a long way, he can adjust to it, make something good happen after the catch. And quite honestly, they need him because they've thrown a couple of picks now in this game. They've got to find a way to get this guy more involved.
And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
They'll go back to the air on 2nd down. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. They've got a ways to go on third down from the 24 as this defense tries to force him into a field goal try. They're going to throw it again. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Nice job by the defense. They're mixing up their look. They're third and long in field goal range. They go zone coverage. So everybody on the back end has the eye on the quarterback, and they're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
It's good. He hit that one right down the middle. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead.
USC 3.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of their you-know-whats.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Defense on the play. Brings up second down.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on second and long from the 17? He's looking to throw. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman.
You just get the feeling this defense is going to make it hard on them, right? They've got the lead, it's late, and they're going to try to tackle everybody inbounds. Offense is going to have to really work for this and be smart. You got to attack the sideline. You got to throw first downs. You got to keep this thing moving vertically down the field.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on third and long. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be fourth down. And the Trojans will call on their punt team. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. Makes a move. Little pressure on the coverage team there, and they'll stop him at the 47-yard line. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. David, they couldn't pay off that last drive with a touchdown.
Now, they moved the ball down the field and executed like they wanted to until they stalled out and had to settle for a field goal.
I think if you want to take the next step, too, here and score a touchdown, you got to start finding more creative ways to get your best players the ball. Let's see if they can do that here.
An ill-advised play by that defender as he makes contact with the quarterback well after the throw, and it'll cost his defense. The offense comes back out with a new set of downs after the penalty. He's got his man. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. And now a fresh set of downs for this offense. He's going to pass. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Power football with the run. He's just outside the 20-yard line. Stopped at the 21 after a pickup of 6. Already in chip shot field goal range at the 21, but this third and short, they're still thinking touchdown. He wants to throw it. Quarterback moving. He'll take a shot. And that third down pass left a vapor trail, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, and third and short, they choose not to run through the football, and I think a lot of that has to do with they know they're in field goal range. They can take the 3 points on the board.
On fourth down, they'll pass for it. Makes a grab enough for the first. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now, a fresh set of downs.
To the air on first down. Can't find his man as he took a... deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time, the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
He'll throw it. Snags it. Touchdown Seminoles. And the stomping has commenced. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Ole Miss dazzled in just about every phase of the game. And for a program that's turned out elite receivers from DK Metcalf to A.J. Brown, I think we may have seen the next great one emerge today. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update.
As a defensive lineman, let me tell you something. This is hunting season. This is when you pin your ears back and you absolutely fly to the quarterback, and you can see it. They know it's pass, and they get to him again.
On second down, he's looking downfield. Got his man. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Well, the offense just taking what the defense gives them there. There's a lot of cushion out in coverage, so that was just too easy for the quarterback. Spits it out, and they pick up the first.
Fires to the right. That pass is intercepted, but he's out of bounds, so it'll go down as an incompletion and a stroke of good luck for the quarterback. The Trojans decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Looking for a block. It's Cano. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Well, they finally stop him, but he found some running room on that return and really helps out his offense to start this drive. The offense set for a first down play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. The Sweet Feet buy a little time. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
And I think this is important for this defense. This will be a big key in the football game. Like, I got to limit the damage from that guy. Because that's a QB that's dynamic, and he can make so many big plays. I got to string him out. I got to make him get to the sideline. But I will say this. I do want to hit him at the end of the runs. I don't want to let him out of bounds and let him get free carries. I want him to be physical.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a third down and short. Motion from the offense. Little touch pass to the receiver. They convert on third down as he gets it to the 46-yard line.
When you think about when you hit those guys on the move, man, he's already flying so fast, and I got to adjust my angle as a DB and make sure I keep outside contained, and it's just it's a really easy play to run to get positive yards, especially in a situation like that where you're looking for the first down. You run that play, you get it. Nice, easy breezy.
He'll let it go down the right side. And that pass is intercepted. They got him down pretty quickly after the pick, but now they've got it at the 15-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
They're trying to get to it. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw. Incomplete.
And that's just the kind of game it's been for this quarterback and this offense. You got a great game plan all week long. You're watching it throughout practice. You think you're going to have a chance to light up the scoreboard, but they're just not able to hook up. You got to give this defense a ton of credit. They've done a great job in coverage. They've been breaking on passes. They've had their number, and that's why they're leading by as much as they are.
And now such a tough situation. Late in this game, you're trailing, but now it's 4th and long. Like, it's one thing if it's 4th and short. This makes it even more difficult. You got to have something dialed up you feel really great about.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Mistakes are going to happen, as they did on that last drive. Now, how will they respond, Jesse?
And this is the kind of guy who's going to take full accountability. That was my bad. That's on me. I'm about to lead this offense now down the field and score some points.
Dang, Palmer, I wish I'd have played with you. I didn't play with many quarterbacks that were just like, yeah, my bad. Hey, guys, I got this. Sorry about that. It was more, you should have ran a better route.
You know, there are probably a lot of coaches out there with a lead like this that would like to run the ball and see if they could ice this game and bleed the clock. Not this coaching staff. They are going to be aggressive. They are going to continue taking shots.
Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
Really nice job by the defense. They know the quarterback was outside the pocket. They were still able to get a hat on him just as he was trying to make that throw and force the incompletion.
Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. Throws to the wideout. And that pass intercepted. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
Never say die attitude, and I love that, especially these young players, because they're out there competing. And I know the scoreboard right now doesn't look pretty. They're not going to come back and win this football game, but I just love kids that are competing until there's zeros on the clock.
Got his man. A quick tackle made, but he's got ready for the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. He's at the 20. He steps out of bounds, but not only does he get the ball back, what a return to set up his offense.
It's all about making plays, and this guy's been waiting to make his mark on this team. He gets his first interception of the season, and what a momentum-changing play for his team.
Coming after it. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. Negative play on first down. That's what a defense always wants. Wants to fire on 2nd down. The freshman quarterback very fortunate for that one to fall incomplete.
This defense is heating up. They got an interception. The last possession, you could tell, breaking on the football really, really well. Seeing where the quarterback's throwing it, going to try to get it. Got another hand on it. Almost had another interception.
And he tried to make something happen with his feet, but they stopped him short, and it'll bring up a 4th down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And it's incomplete, a missed opportunity.
You know, there are a lot of people watching this game that are thinking to themselves, where's the sportsmanship? You're blowing this team out. Why are you going for it on 4th down? Why not just punt, give it back, and just leave here with a W? That's because this coach wants his guys to keep executing. I played for a coach in college that would have done the same thing. The backups are on the field. They get an opportunity to run your playbook, so let him do it. At the end of the day, you've got to force the opponent to stop. And that's what they're doing. That's the mindset. I got to be honest, I like it.
They're bringing heat. He saw just enough daylight to move the sticks and get it done with his legs. It's first down from back at their own 24-yard line. He wants to throw. Caught near the sticks. It's Pope. And he'll get it up to the 38. It'll be a first down.
And there was no question in that scenario. That's where the quarterback was going. He knew he had his receiver in a matchup that he liked, running a route where he would find himself open. Nice job between those two.
Wants to throw on first down. And wings it incomplete.
And this defense has put a game together. Like, it is hard to put all the facets of defense together. Run defense, pass defense. They've been so good, man. Dialed in. You could tell they were ready. They were fast. They were physical. They dominated this football game today.
Didn't have much of a choice there but to get rid of it.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like, they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum. This is one of those days that you learn from, you try to grow from. A lot of things that we're going to show in the film room that people aren't going to like, but hopefully you can learn from it and do better next time.
And the Trojans will send out the punt unit. He'll bring it back. It's Cano. They'll get him down at the 21-yard line. The coverage team able to stop him right there. Guys, here comes that Florida State offense back onto the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If
looking to take a shot. And this is hauled in at the 20-yard line. Touchdown, Florida State. And the pummeling has started. They tack a little more onto this lead, and they're on their way to a 3-0 start. And they did tack on the extra point. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
Florida State 55, USC 3.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
there's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do a better job next time they're on the field.
They ripped off a big one, and they get it down to the 27. And the best thing about this, the offense can't worry about the scoreboard. Just keep trying to make plays like that, Jesse.
I know a lot of people in the stadium probably feel like this game is over. Maybe it's been over for a while, Reese, but don't tell that to this quarterback and his teammates. They're still out there scrapping.
Nowhere to go with the ball, and down he goes at the 39.
And, man, is that just indictment of the day. Your quarterback getting drilled late in the football game. This offense has sputtered. They haven't found any kind of good rhythm. They haven't done things that really gives your coach confidence and makes you want to believe in them. This offense has a lot of work to do before their next football game.
Bought a little time, lets it go. He makes the grab. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. It's a makeable field goal from the 29-yard line. Let's see how aggressive they are on 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. Wide open downfield. He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play. This dude is just exceptional in every facet. So fluid, such a great route runner, and a big play there.
And money down, 3rd down, find him. I mean, you want to find that matchup because he's going to win. And he gets a good release, gets down the field. You see that's your playmaker, that's your guy. Get it to him, get the first down.
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. Corners showing press. They want to be physical here. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
And a nice touchdown. Continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but a nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Seminoles have it back. They'll try to get that offensive spear flaming. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today, too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
They get to him as he throws. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
He's going to let one fly down the middle. And he'll make the catch at the 15. Timeout is called with just 2 seconds left to go. And after this play, the cake will be baked.
Let's go.
Quarterback reacting to what the D is showing. Going up top on 1st down. Gets away. Looking for the score. And he's got it in the end zone for a touchdown. This is an absolute blowout.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meat